The Objective News Network? Let's get America back on track. Hello, everyone. This is John Hnatio reporting for the Objective News Network. Welcome to our broadcast for Friday, August 18th, 2023. Sometimes this can be a very tough job. Sitting here in front of you, trying to make any objective sense about what's happening in the world around us, especially when it involves politics of any kind. But the unfortunate fact is that weaponized politics has literally infiltrated every aspect of American life, preventing the progress that our nation must make now to survive in the long term. Although it sounds just like a distant cacophony of the sound of donkeys hee-hawing and elephants trumpeting up on Capitol Hill, it's really much more destructive than that. The sad fact of the matter is that everything the politicians do up there on the Hill affects each and every American in ways that most people simply do not realize. The things the politicians do or do not do up there often have serious extended order effects. The fundamental issue is that people up there no longer share the same fundamental values as we used to. It reminds me of the great kids' book, The Little Engine That Could, but in reverse. The huge engine that absolutely couldn't. Today, every American would have to cough up a whopping $97,674 to pay off our national debt. That's more than most of us earn in an entire year. And the news only gets worse from there. The national debt is growing so fast that there is no way for us to keep up with it. A recent report by the Heritage Foundation demonstrates that the American military is in serious decline. The report of the National Independent Panel on Military Service and Readiness represents a warning signal about the danger of creeping politicization at the Pentagon and its destructive impact on America's national defense and military readiness. Quoting from the report, last year, the Army missed its recruiting goal by 25%. They expect this year to be even worse. The Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps began the new fiscal year in October 50% below their normal recruiting numbers. Public confidence in the military is falling precipitously, and even military families, from which most recruits come, are less likely to recommend a military life for their children. The report also points to a recent poll showing that the most common explanations for the decline are military leadership becoming overly politicized and so-called woke practices that are undermining military effectiveness. Another survey found that a full 65% of active duty servicemen and servicewomen are concerned about politicization, including the woke training programs and equity-minded reduced physical fitness standards. An article in the Journal of American Economics, Healthcare Costs on the Rise Again, written by Sherry Gleed, tells us, and I quote, since 1999, healthcare costs have been growing faster than the national income. This rapid growth has occurred as the ability of private and public purchasers to reduce service utilization and bargain for lower prices has fallen. Insurers have recouped lost profits through higher premiums, and new technologies have driven up costs throughout the entire sector. The age distribution of the United States is also shifting. According to 2021 data, more than 55.8 million adults ages 65 and older now live in the U.S., accounting for about 16.8% of the nation's population. But guess what? The Congressional Budget Office projects that the trust funds and the reserves used to support the Social Security system are going to be depleted in 2033. That's right, 10 years from now. Whether we believe it or not, we face an energy crisis. One of the primary causes of an energy crisis is America's limited renewable resource options. Our electrical grid is old and highly vulnerable, with energy distribution depending on century-old distribution systems. We are challenged with the inverse relationship between fossil fuel production and its potential for increased global warming. Changes in our energy infrastructure are going to require trillions and trillions of dollars over the next 20 years. Money that America simply doesn't have as we face a national debt crisis. While many critics still don't admit that global warming is due to human activity and the burning of fossil fuels, one thing is always true: numbers do not lie. The world has just gone through the hottest July ever on record. Climate change is impacting agricultural production and our water supplies right here in the United States in ways that we have never, ever experienced before and really do not know how to handle. Or how about artificial intelligence as the magic pill that will make us all better? While the promise of artificial intelligence could be part of the solution to our problems that we've gotten ourselves into, it also holds the potential for great, great peril as an instrument that can be used to instill absolute tyranny, holding the very real potential to annihilate all of us. If we think about the past human track record of using technology for war to kill each other more effectively, what we end up with is yet another very discomforting thought about the future of our own world. And these are just a few of the challenges that America faces over the next 100 years and well beyond. So you may ask yourself, where is any long-term plan to control these increasingly complex and interrelated challenges facing America and its relationship with the rest of the entire world? Well, let me break the bad news to you gently. Simply put, there is no plan. Today, as our leaders exercise their personal, oversized egos in largely meaningless political bandering and infighting to gain more power and more money for themselves, they are not interested in putting together a long-term strategic plan that will pay down the national debt, return us to the core values that once made America's warfighter the most feared in the world, deal with spiraling healthcare costs, save the Social Security system so that many Americans can continue to rely on it in their old ages, including us, changing our entire energy infrastructure system, the extended order effects of global warming, and the threat of human abuse of artificial intelligence. What the U.S. needs right now is to establish a major group of the smartest thinkers we have who understand how to manage the operation of complex adaptive systems, the type of system that America and the world has now evolved to become. The group would identify the fundamental interrelated factors that need to be addressed over time to get America back on track again. So when you consider who you are going to vote for in the next election cycle, first ask yourself whether they have a vision for the future and ask them how they plan to address both the immediate and long-term challenges that America faces and how hard he or she has worked to create a new environment for thinking and the ability to reach the consensus required that we're going to need if we ever have any hope of getting America back on track again. Not a lot of them out there, so choose wisely. This is John Hnatio reporting for the Objective News Network. It is what it is for Friday, August 18th, 2023. Thanks for watching, and please tell your family, friends, and colleagues about us. If you are a thought leader and an influencer who has followers, please tell them about us. We need the help of all Americans as we work together to get America back on track. Thank you, and we'll see you the next time.